What's up, witches? It's Witchangelnekora, and welcome back to Hiveswap Friendsim. Today, August the 18th, or say August 17th, Chapter 10 just dropped today, and we're just gonna zoom on into this Chapter 10 of Faraway Lands and Nearby Pals. As you can tell, we've got a teal blood and another yellow blood in this one, and we already know the teal blood, Tegiri, because another teal blood mentioned this one. So, enough my jibber jab, let's get into it. You've been lucky enough to acquire a bounty of friendships since you arrived on this planet. But there's still an emptiness nestled right in the crook of your heart's atria. Maybe making one more friend will fix it. Maybe this next one will expand inside your chest like a sponge in the bath, pushing out all your loneliness, sadness, and insecurity. After all, number 20 is the charm. We have, whoa! Look at that! Tegiri is a total JoJo's reference! I'm gonna love this one, because I am a huge fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm not joking, I loved Stardust Crusaders. And I loved, oh my god, the first two parts of JoJo I loved with all my heart, because it was so good. But now we get Diamond is Unbreakable coming soon. I'm gonna go into Tegiri's part first, because look at that. I am just waiting for it to go, oh no, 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 no! Just like that. That's how much I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I mean, if I were to have a stand, I'll talk about that in a future video. In an utterly surprising turn of events, the knight finds you trolling Alternia in search of, well, trolls. The friendly type, preferably, although you've been known to work wonders with the hostile folks, too. Your current hunting ground, sorry, I don't have my glasses on, appears to be a primarily teal neighborhood, which suits you fine. Teals live relatively comfortably and are usually mildly disdainful of you. It strikes you as a good place to search for companionship. You've got another pressing concern, though, a faint glow far on the horizon, which suggests that the sun will be rising soon, a couple hours from now at most. Nights in Alternia seem to last forever, but when the daylight hits, it hits hard, like a truck. But the truck is on fire, and the fire is nuclear fusion, and the truck is a star. Point is, you're not in the mood for another sunburn. You better snag a buddy before it's too late. You, the strange hornless thing. Whoa, hey Tegiri! Looking swag as ever, buddy. Speaking of the devil, you whip around and spot a troll boy with a stylish hat and a sword sheathed behind his back. His clothes are a little shabby, but he carries himself with a rigid, composed air. What are you? Some kind of mutant troll? Or another sentient creature? Definitely the latter, you say. Unless you would prefer the former, in which you're that, actually, but mutants you've learned are not particularly well liked on this planet. An alien? Well, at least I won't have to call you that. Not immediately, at least. You don't appear to be a co-on-site species. Lucky for you, I won't have to lose my blade. Lucky for me that I found a potential comrade. I know what you seek. Shelter and friendship! Not necessarily in that order. You're about to speak up, but he's already moving on. You seek the meeting place of the Eastern Alternian Fine Animated Art Appreciation Society. Or, as some culturalists, let's call it the Anime Club. Oh, a club! Back home, teachers used to go on and on about how clubs were a wonderful place to meet new friends. Didn't really believe it then, but maybe things are different here in Alternia. You confidently assert that yes, you are here for the animes. And yes, I am. Do you happen to have all of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders from start to finish? From the first episode to maybe the defeated Dio? Good. I feared I was going to have to cancel today's meeting due to no shows, but it could be scheduled. Follow me. He gestures towards his hive and begins to stride confidently towards it. But then he rethinks it, pausing to look back at you. Wait. Subs or dubs? Oh, dude! That is like the ultimate question for an anime fan! Okay, my own personal opinion. Subs, if the anime is amazing, that way you can get a feel for how it's going to turn out in the English dub. But dubs only if it's an anime that I've never seen before and would like to get the sub version. I'm gonna go for subs first. It's entertaining how wrong you are. But even the greatest of alternatives philosophers requires sparring opponents in the battlefield of the intellect. To challenge your assumptions of my superior logic and taste will be a fulfilling task. Come in. Not really the reaction you were hoping for, but you'd say anything to get into someone's hive, so you'll take it. I praise your collection, sir. Yes. I am in weeaboo heaven. Tegiri invites you to his hive with a sweeping bow and you step into the foyer. But I do like your collection of body pillows over there, buddy. The hive looks normal from the outside, normal by troll standards at least, but the inner decor has an entirely different vibe to it. It reminds me of Japanese architecture. I definitely have a huge respect for this, especially up here. It's very much a familiar sight, like Studio Ghibli. I love it. But I really want the collection of swords that's on his wall! It looks so cool! Tegiri takes off his sandals before entering the next room. You take your shoes off too if you had any. Well, that's what I do. As you step into his living room, you are assaulted, not literally, thankfully, by an absolute smorgasbord of merchandise. This place looks like someone did a Google search for Otaku collection and opened the first result. Yep, I am a major otaku, and I am not afraid to say it. Posters and scrolls adorn every inch of wall available, and the inches of wall that aren't available are blocked by shelves containing all sorts of DVDs, manga, and other such forms of media. Did I basically find the troll version of Bijou Mike? On a large glass shelving unit near the room's exit, you spot a veritable cornucopia of anime figurines, most of whom seem to be in varying states of undress. You would like to describe it as tasteful nudity, but you'd also like to describe yourself as the most popular person on Alternia, and both would be a lie. Tegiri has arranged his merch meticulously according to blood color, from red at the bottom to fuchsia at the top. I see you are admiring my fine East Alternian collectibles. You're damn right, buddy. I'm in love here. I polish them daily, just as I polish my blade. I hope you mean the one on your back. Don't touch them or you'll taste folded steel. Damn, buddy. Don't worry, I will not touch your blade. You slowly retract your hand. You would never dream of touching them. It was never ever something you were planning on doing. You won't even breathe on them. In fact, you step far away from the collectibles. Just in case. Dude, his Lucis is amazing. It's a husky. Or at least a wolf. It looks so cool. But look at that. They both share the symbol. With that step, you bump into something behind you and you hear a soft roof. As you spin around to look, you see what must be Tegiri's Lucis, surveying you with an intense gaze. Oop, idiot. Oh, come on! Can we please move on? Oh, I'm gonna have to look at the log for that one. Alright. It looks like a lot like a Shiba Inu. If they were twice the size and had opposable everything. Honestly, watching it scuttle around like a monkey while sniffing at you is pretty entrancing. Ha. Monkey. Eventually, you seem to meet its standards because it darts out of the room. You hear some rustling in what you assume is the kitchen. There was Tadashi Inu, Malusis. You tell me everything I know. I could not have asked for a better sensei. Yeah, dogs are great, you respond, and immediately wish you could take that back. Dogs are great. Yeah, it's gotta be the blandest possible statement you could ever make. And possibly inaccurate too. What's this thing called? A bark beast? A bitch fiend? Wolf gremlin? Oh, Tegiri isn't even paying attention to you anymore. He's busy perusing his shelves, picking out some DVDs. Per my viewing schedule, we'll watch a carefully curated selection of episodes from one classic and one from one recent release. But, since you're a newcomer, might be best not to jump into the middle of the last bout series, Philosopher Half Iron. Philosopher Half Iron. Oh, Full Metal Alchemist! Dude, I freaking love Full Metal Alchemist. Perhaps we shall instead begin with the first season of School-Fed Heroism and transition into some episodes of Kismet Stuck Morning. School-Fed Heroism, that is My Hero Academia and Kismet Stuck Morning? I can't remember what that one is. Is it like Tileveru or something? The original airing, of course, not the censored one with the ridiculous CGI dragon. Ugh. Looks like Tegiri intends to take full control of the morning's activities, which you find entirely copacetic. The less you need to assert your own opinions and make your own choices, the less likely you are to frick up. It's probably not a healthy idea to live, but it's got you somewhere between 1 to 19 friends so far, so you're sticking to it. With deft and precise movements, Tegiri retrieves the disc from its container and plops it in the troll equivalent of a DVD player. Makes a slimy chugging noise that sucks the disc in, and like usual, you aren't sure if it's an inanimate object or a living being. Either way, you're a little disgusted. The DVD player hums and Tegiri's TV lights up with a colorful little screen. You're ready to get settled in for a journey through the wonderful world of the animes, but he frowns and pauses the episode less than a minute in. Hang on. This isn't the correct copy. The localization of these lines was changed after the original translator was called by a purple blood for crimes against buffoonery. I specifically ordered the first edition and paid extra for it. This is unacceptable! Tegiri stops the DVD player, ejects the disc, and places it back in its case. Come. There's still time in the night. We need to resolve this immediately. The shop that imported for me is nearby. Okay. He heads for the door and beckons for you to follow, which you do. You guess it was too much for hope for a quiet morning inside, isn't it? I think you could go shopping for animes, which sounds fun enough. Will it be at one of those fancy automated stores, you wonder? I don't think we're heading to a red box, buddy. No, unlike most stores on Alternia, this specialty shop is run by a living troll. A fellow collector who would not entrust such work to automaton. As so one would expect. But actual think pen involved, there'd be no careless mistakes like this. At least I'm on good terms with the owner, so I doubt there will be trouble. You, on the other hand, expect plenty of it. Pretty much everything on this damn planet has been trouble so far. Does he know how awful it is here? You don't want a human explain it to him or anything, but things are pretty awful here. Things are pretty awful here. Oh, you guess he knows. He's staring at one of the many billboards that line the streets, which has been defaced with some bright red graffiti. It's saying some pretty nasty stuff about Triza. Rebel sentiments grow by the moment. Alternia lies on the verge of peril. A blade's edge. But not by any blade. but the blade of a razor-sharp, folded steel katana, forged under the East Alternian moonlight, hated by the bellows breath of the magnificent draconian Lucis, cooled by the shimmering cascade of an acid waterfall, and fit to be only handled by a true expert. Do you dance? You're a little caught off guard by the question. Dancing? As in moving one's body to music? In a way, yes. Moving to the sweet music of steel and steel, the rhythm of combat, the stiletto step that weaves death and glory into one beautiful motion. Do you dance? Oh! Sword fighting, of course! You really should have figured that one out. This guy's dial has only 2 settings. Talking about swords or talking about anime. Sometimes he gets particularly frisky and talks about both at once. You tell him that you don't really know how to handle swords, but they seem really cool and you'd love to learn. I, on the other hand, actually know how to handle a sword, thank you. Cool? Swordplay is more than cool. It is a way of life, a code of honor. To pick up the blade is to bind yourself to the tenets of Bushido, and to be prepared at all times to enforce justice, the only way a swordsman knows, through steel. Someday the pursuit of justice may bring me face to face with these rebel scum. I'll be ready to show them the true, magnificent terror of the blade. Who knows? Maybe I would even be awarded a Clown-Gressional Medal of Honor. Clown-Gressional? Dude, come on! A troll can dare to dream. So that's why you practice swordplay, huh? To enforce justice? Kinda like a vigilante? Vigilante? Please. I'd only ever call a troll who legally deserved death. What kind of lawless moron do you take me for? You don't take him for a moron at all. In fact, he's very smart and clever and just. You hope you're not laying on too thick, but he seems to enjoy the praise. We're here. This won't take too long. He's taking you to a night market that reminds you of the place where we met Polipa. A strip mall lies to the left of the many tents and stalls. And a sign above one door reads, Super Tapato Imports. Oh, dude, it's like a GameStop in here. As you enter, Tegiri makes a beeline for the counter, which is manned by a greasy-looking gold blood with pinkish-looking eyes. You, on the other hand, are more interested in the rest of the store. It looks a lot like Tegiri's living room, but bigger. Anime figurines on sale for what looks to be a preposterous amount of money. DVDs and comics line the shelves, arcade games in the corner. There's even a section for replica swords, which all look far too sharp and legitimately deadly for your liking. Skulking between the shelves is an olive blood guy. You can't quite tell if he works here or if he's just browsing. You're not even sure if any trolls even have normal jobs. You're about to ask the olive guy about a particularly interesting DVD when you're distracted by a commotion at the counter. You're pretty sure you heard Tegiri snarling about his rights as a consumer. With the trouble brewing, you turn your head towards the counter and listen in. Do you really think you can get away with ripping me off like this? Do you know who I am? My blood caste? A teal blood like me has connections. A vast network of like-minded souls at my beck and call, ready to be unsheathed against my hapless foes. The legal force I can bring to bear against you is greater than your puerile mind could ever imagine. A fleet of legislators will descend upon you like shadows, each armed with the greatest weapon of them all, knowledge. And with our intricate understandings of the Alternian legal system, you will be mired in suits so myriad, so mind-numbing, you will wish for the swift and early death my blade can provide. Or, you could offer me in exchange an equal or greater value to my original purchase. Which path will you choose to walk, scum? You wander closer to the counter, hoping you might be able to help resolve the situation, but instead you blunder right into the olive blood and send a box tumbling from his hands onto the ground. A bunch of assorted products spill out as the shopkeeper gasps dramatically. You don't see what the big deal is. It looks like some more DVDs and manga. One cover features a troll with heart-shaped horns and a bright pink sign. Wait a minute, my fan troll has heart-shaped horns! What the butt? But she's a purple blood! And another features some red-blooded douchebag wearing pants way too tall for him. Tegiri picks up one of the mangas and waves it in front of the shopkeeper's face.
Care to explain what I'm looking at here? Imperial Dictate. Number the 2nd, Section 3.2. The depiction of non-standard hemological attributes is strictly forbidden.
Oh boy.
Imperial Dictate, number the 7th, Section 5. Material which encourages action against the state is considered contraband in the highest degree.
The All-Blood, who can clearly see the situation careening downhill like a scuttle buggy without wheel stops, begins to creep towards the door. You'd love to do the same, but you can't give up on a potential new friendship. It's basically pathological.
To think that my favorite Eastern Alternian hobby shop could stoop so low as to peddle this criminal filth. What a sickening betrayal.
Top 10 anime betrayals! The shopkeeper stammers, offering a litany of muddled explanations that only seem to incense Tegiri further. He was holding it for a friend! No, wait, it's satire? Tegiri slams the... Oh, look at the... If you look close at his eyes, he has the freaking Sharingan! Oh, dude! He's got the freaking Sharingan! Are you secretly a new Uchiha or something? Because you... Normally Sharingan are like crimson. This here's purple! Tegiri slams the palm down on the counter and his eyes shoot open, revealing dark purple irises with a strange swirl pattern. He has got to have some sort of Kekkei.
Imperial Dictate, number the 61st, Section 2. Satire is especially contraband. You think you can mess with me? I've watched countless hours of legal drama, played and replayed a legendary legislature, and memorized every twist. I know the law back and forth. And now it's time for the punishment due. You're frickin' dead, kiddo. As Tegiri leans over the counter, his free hand grabs the hilt of his katana and tenses, ready to draw. He's about to straight up execute this guy! Oh, I don't know what to do. I would defend him, but he did break the law, and he is a teal blood with equal legislature, so I'm not going to intervene. You really don't want to get in between the shopkeeper and Tegiri's sword. For all you know, this really does warrant an immediate execution. Who are you to judge? You do, however, squint a little so you don't have to see the full gory detail of the calling. Turns out it's not as gory as you expected. Tegiri leaps over the counter and swings wildly at the guy, but many of his attacks fail to connect. It's mostly a bunch of bombastic anime-style moves that don't translate well to actual combat. Still, some strikes that hit home, drawing a spray of murky gold blood that jolts the shopkeeper out of his petrified fear. Oof! He screeches and unleashes a strobing psionic blast from his eyes, causing Tegiri to stagger back, disoriented. The flash of light doesn't really have caused any real damage, but it offers the perfect opportunity to flee. By the time your eyes have adjusted, the only thing they see is the back door swinging wildly in its wake. Okay, y'all see this over here? Overwatch symbol! Unsurprisingly, the olive blood is nowhere to be seen as well. Tegiri glances down at his katana, stained with the blood of his shopkeeper. He slowly sheathes it. His hand is shaking, claws tapping the hilt restlessly. He turns slowly to you, forcing himself back into his usual stoic posture. You're lucky. That's all. You can't hide forever. Let's go. We need to report this to a drone.
Okay. He strides out of the shop, leaving you to follow hurriedly behind. What a mess! You hesitantly ask him whether it was really necessary to try and kill that boy for what he did.
Oh, of course it was. Law is absolute. A foreigner like you might not understand. It is not my duty to question the righteousness of my actions. I am but a tool which, through the law, is enforced. I am the blade that her imperious condescension wields to maintain order in this world of chaos. Just like this drone.
He gestures to one of the big hulking drones that you've grown all too familiar with during your stay here on Alternia. Right now it looks like it's cleaning up some bronze-colored blood that was splattered on the side of a building. Tegiri approaches and hails it, beginning to explain that there's a collector's shop that he needs to report for rebel activity, but the drone isn't listening to any of that. It slowly turns from him to stare directly at you, and it raises its weapon to your face. A grating electronic noise issues from its metallic grill. In the immortal words of a wise cartoon dog, ruh-roh.
Hold it! This creature is under my protection. It has committed no crime. If you continue with attempted calling, I will strike back with my katana. And a strongly worded letter to your superiors.
The drone seems supremely annoyed that it can't get right down to calling a motherfricker, but Tegiri's cast might just be high enough to give it pause. You, the motherfricker in question, are incredibly relieved. The relief quickly fades when the drone produces a palm husk with a blurry picture of you on the screen and a lot of text beneath. Most of it flashing red. That's never a good sign. It almost looks like a rap sheet. Tegiri reads through it quickly, which is a pretty impressive feat considering his eyes are still closed and his expression darkens the further down he gets.
Wanted under suspicion of meat product theft. Wanted heist of fine art. Accomplice to the assassination of a violet blood?
Oof! You didn't realize he'd already racked up such a heavy list of crimes. He's already rounding on you with fury radiating off every inch of his being. It's terrifying. You see this guy arguing with a retail clerk. You know what he's capable of.
All this time, I thought your soul was open to the way of the samurai. I thought I had met a potential new connoisseur of the animated art. But no. Your blood pusher pumps only lies through your villainous veins. You're just looking for an alibi. A place to bide your time, to hide away from the drones, until it's time to indulge one more in your criminal ways.
You tried to defend yourself. You didn't do any of those things. And you had a perfectly good reason for most of them. Tegiri isn't buying it. He's clutching his katana hilt so tight veins are bulging on his hand.
Silence, coward. The time has come for my blade to strike true.
Ha! Oh boy. He draws his blade in a smooth motion and swipes at you, and you barely manage to sidestep the attack. You dart backwards, stumbling over yourself in your haste to get away while he swings his katana wildly around while making lots of weird grunting noises. Once again, his mouth has been running a check. His sword hand can't catch, but you doubt that Mag's controls are stronger and faster by you than you in general, and he's accompanied by a giant murder drone. It's time for you to split, and you better do it lickily. Glancing around, you notice that you're about to cross over a bridge with an underpass beneath it. Perfect! Just like an action hero, you could hop right over the edge of the road, duck into the underpass, and find a nice hiding spot. You dash towards the traffic barrier, vault nimbly over it, and oh, Gaia, crap, this is way higher than you thought it was. You hit the ground hard with a resounding crack, and for a moment your vision goes blank as a wave of pain sears your nerves. As the pain disorientation begins to fade, you've decided it's about time to take stock of your situation. A couple broken bones, old hat. A troll trying to kill you, not unfamiliar. Drones attacking you, same. And the sun about to rise and scorch you into nothing, again. Individually, you've risen to the challenge of just barely handling each of these problems all at once. Yeah, you think you're just gonna call this one here. Oh, dude. That's harsh. And there we are on the ground, a big old broken mess. We look about dead, actually. Alright. I think we need to do a little time travel. Yo, Pandora, think you can help out? Alright, let's try this one. Both are good? Oh, yikes. Alright, let's try dubs.
Perfect. A fellow connoisseur. Let's continue.
Alright, we're back here. So let's fast forward until we get to another place. Okay, this time we have to defend the shopkeeper. Okay, you know this is a very terrible idea, but you've seriously headed up to here with being party to the murder of random trolls. You quickly interpose yourself between the Tegiri and this gold blood. Does he really have to kill this guy for what seems to be his first offense? You launch into an impassioned spiel about love and friendship and justice, writing the value of forgiveness and second chances really hard. And for good measure, you throw in a little side note about Tegiri's favorite shop will close down if he kills this dude.
Silence.
Yikes. Tegiri shoves you roughly aside and you go careening into a display full of body pillows. You watch, stomach plummeting, as Tegiri turns back to the shopkeeper and slowly draws his sword. But then at the last second, he reconsiders.
Ugh. Consider yourself lucky I'm in a good mood. If I catch you selling contraband again, your life will be mine.
Tegiri strides out of the store, holding a fresh copy of the DVD he wanted to exchange. He gives the shopkeeper a vaguely apologetic look and rushes out to the store behind him. Whew! That was a close one. You thank Tegiri profusely for listening to your dumb little speech about whatever it was you said. Honestly, you already forgot.
You're clearly new to this planet. I felt pity for your naivete. I should have just killed him. Death is a legally prescribed punishment for such crimes as his. Actually, it's legally prescribed punishment for most crimes. I should have separated him from his head. I looked into your pleading eyes and I saw.
Tegiri goes quiet. You would describe the silence as being particularly brooding. There's a lot of silences like that on this planet. And then finally, he speaks.
This isn't my first time. It was over just a week ago, I believe. I was patrolling the hive badge in search of evildoers when I caught the unmistakable scent of smoke in the air. While I'm pursuing the lead, I saw a hive, partially collapsed, partially on fire. My instincts flared and I rushed in to help the innocent soul who was trapped there.
Polipa!
As I was helping the girl bandage her wounds, it occurred to me that I had made a grievous error in judgment. Trolls below a certain age that eludes this proper hive are considered unlivable and unviable and slated to be culled. I rise and should have put her out of her misery, but in a moment I realized I was making my mistake. And yet, I looked deep into her deep gray eyes, dulled from the pain of loss, and I sheathed my blade. In fact, even though she is hiveless and luceless, I remain in contact with her to this day, knowing deep down that one day I must cull her. The law demands it, but I haven't yet. I don't know if I could. Why does my conviction waver at times like these?
If you're talking about who you think he's talking about, you're pretty sure he couldn't kill her even if he tried. But that's not the real point here. The deep is he's feeling some real and true and deep emotion with you. His friendship is basically in the bag. Just catch up some sweeping, vague wisdom that makes him feel better. About potentially not being an unthinking cog in the Alternian murder machine. He offered a light suggestion that maybe what is legal and what is just aren't always the same thing. Just a little thought. Maybe he's doing the right thing. Overlooking her situation because of how obviously fricked up it is to be a homeless orphan. He was silent for a long time, chewing his bottom lip.
You're naive. Naive, uncultured, unenlightened.
Wow, thanks!
I think the world's simple, like a cartoon for children. This is Alternia, a land ruled by cold logic, where men such as myself must make the hard decision. Not easy being dedicated to the code of law. It asks much of us and gives us little in return, but it gives its order, keeps the beast at bay. If I were to question it, what then? Would I begin to wonder if it is done just for blue blood to command his servant? For imperial drones to cull the infirm? For us to obey the ever-changing whims of the Alternian royalty?
It takes a lot of effort to surprise your will. Yeah. For the sake of this burgeoning friendship, you allow him to continue his monologue.
Riots in the streets, troll killing troll. Even more than usual, I mean. No, I cannot waver. These hands must remain steady and true. Though I feel a pull towards the scorching fangs of the light, I must continue my path and remain in the tender, righteous embrace of the dark. Truth be my blade, intellect my sensei, and justice my only companion on this lonely road.
He goes on like that for quite a while. It all starts to muddle together in your head, and you lose count of how many times he's repeated some screed about justice and truth and being smarter than all the other trolls in the room. Kinda reminds me of some Reddit sub-forums. Now, it honestly sounds to you like he's just lonely? You know a whole lot about loneliness and the poor management thereof. Some people throw themselves into their nerdy anime hobby, and some others become obsessed with making friends, no matter what the cost to their mental or physical well-being. Maybe he just needs a couple of good pals to remind him what it's like to have a heart. But if you try to tell him that, he'll probably just respond with another long, winding monologue, likely stolen from an anime he watched recently. Maybe you should just let him vent.
You have my thanks for lending your ear.
Oh! A compliment brings you out of your reverie. Nothing interrupts the old introspection machine like the opportunity to chug on the succulent ambrosia that is any kind of praise or gratitude. It's no big deal, you tell him. You're a great listener. That's what friends are for. Has he considered having more friends? Like you, for example? He opens his mouth like he's about to reiterate the whole lone swordsman thing. So you hastily try to change the topic. What's with his eyes? Most trolls you've seen had great irises, and those who didn't follow the typical biological trend of displaying their blood color. I cannot English today. Tegiri pauses, his grip tensing on his sword as his fangs dig into his lip. Oh geez, this must be his closely guarded secret. Have you earned enough trust to hear it?
They're contact lenses for cosplay.
Oh, fair enough. Actually, is cosplaying as a different blood caste even legal on this planet? If he's doing it, it probably is, right? About to ask when something distracts you. The sight of another troll landing in front of Tegiri's hive, using it as shelter from the rising sun. They're pacing back and forth with precise movements, glancing at one of the windows, almost like they're plotting to break in. And when they hear footsteps approaching, they perk up and whirl their head around. Hey, wait a second, you recognize them! It's Polipa! Polipa spots you before Tegiri spots her. Her expression is hard and stoic, eyes glancing between the two of you as she assesses the situation. Yep, wrong way. And then, like she's throwing on a disguise, her face softens and then she smiles. Hey, Tegs! I was starting to wonder where you were and if anime night was canceled. You're lucid to staring at me through the window. I think he thinks it's funny watching me stuck outside, roasting to death while you're chasing purr beats around the hive thatch. Classic Tadashi. Why were you late? Just busier than expected with some work. She shoots you a sharp glance. Assembling some new mecha models. You know how it is.
Yes, of course. It's all too easy to get wrapped up in one's hobby.
Anyway, I didn't realize we had a third for once. Not to mention somebody I know.
Nani? You and my new kohai have already met?
Jojo references. She pauses, her eyes darting back and forth between you two once more. She seems to be assessing the situation, wearing a look like an assassin trying to evade capture. You recognize that look, considering she was literally wearing it the last time you met? We're kinda moiraused. Whoa, that's absolutely not what you thought you were, but you just kinda nod your head and roll with it. It just seems to be what she wants you to do.
Oh, moiraused.
Tegiri's face tightens almost imperceptibly, but you caught it. Nothing gets past your honed friendship-making eyes. Well, actually, not a lot of things get past them, but not this particular thing. You're probably tuned to the nuances of social situations, as long as those nuances don't involve making a binary choice on which your social figure hinges.
Well, As you know, I am far too busy studying the blade to pursue quadrants of any sort. A foolish waste of time. Were it not for the laws of this land, I would swear off them entirely.
In other words, you become an asexual? Just like the one troll we saw in the last chapter. Are you sure that it isn't because you just can't get a date? You don't have to play the mysterious loner, you know. There's other clubs you can join instead of insisting on running your own. He huffs, looking away. He hears Lucius barking from behind the walls in a tone that sounds like laughter.
Fools mock they wish which they cannot understand. And to think I was going to congratulate you on finding love.
Once you finish your spiel about romance being dumb. Khalifa gives him a light, friendly whap, which he responds to with a smile. The intelligent exchange is friendly, but not only because he's smiling, but because he's still standing.
Enough banter. The harsh glare of the sun begins to crest, and we have Eastern alternate animation to indulge in. I'll allow you both to spend the day at my hive if needed. There's space.
Oh, shiitake mushrooms! A slumber party? And with more than one participant even? That's gotta be like worth extra friend points. You're so in. Shelter from the broiling death orb in the sky barely registers to you as a added bonus. Platypus follows you as the three of you enter Tegiri's hive. Tegiri covers up all his windows to block out the sun and starts up the new copy of his DVD, but thankfully which seems to meet his standards this time. By the way, this guy just says something in Alternate Japanese or something. You settle in on the couch, basking in the warm glow of friendship, and prepare to lose yourself to hours of the beautiful, wonderful animes. Ah, yes! Ah! This is basically me on a Saturday. Oh, I cannot praise this chapter enough. Oh my god, as I said, I cannot praise this chapter enough because it's literally like an otaku's dream made troll. Oh, and I'm sorry if you keep hearing like a bopping noise in the background. I'm just putting my leg down off my bed because I keep bopping off of a water jug that I keep next to my bed just to, you know, drink out of. But yeah, that was... Oh, that was amazing. That was Tegiri's half of the DLC. The next one, we're gonna take a trip to what seems to be the gold blood side of things, and maybe we may even get to see some bees or wasps, or never know. I'm getting out of here. If you like this video, why don't you hit that like button with a big old bibbidi bobbidi boop, and I'll see you on the next one. Mwah! Stay magical, my friends, and I have some anime I need to finish watching. Excuse me for a moment.